Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Thanks for all of the new subscribers. Continue to subscribe and share this page. I want to thank you. You guys are sharing this page. If you are that one person that hasn't shared this page with 3.5 people, then go ahead and do so now. Guys, it happened again. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to show you guys, really share with you guys how I'm making money. Listen, it happened again. We had an interesting day today. The market started out negative and then it started to climb all day. It was moving slow. Okay. Go with me here. All right. Let's start here. NASDAQ started going up. I'm just dealing with the NASDAQ because it's tech heavy. So the NASDAQ started, it started low, right? And then it was climbing all day. It just kept climbing and climbing and climbing, right? So let's see here. I'm going to go to the NASDAQ. I'm going to show you what this big red candle was. So what did we have going on? Fed Chair Powell was speaking, right? But then he said something interesting that actually caused the market to actually go up. He said, there is no risk-free path, okay? But here's where you want to read. Federal Reserve Jerome Chair Powell signaled Tuesday that downward pressure on the labor market means that it's more room for future interest rate cuts. Now, you know that right now in this time season is positive actually for stocks because as the job market starts to weaken more, then the Fed will start lowering interest rates. That's going to be good for stocks and crypto. So we had that going for us, right, good people? And then it was going up. It was just going up. It was just like boom, 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 boom. I'm climbing, I'm climbing, I'm climbing. And then what happened right after that? We had a good day. Our portfolios was on fire. People in Money Moves was pumping. They were just posting, Larry, man, this is beautiful. The market is ripping. And then I also said that when the Fed speech is short, it's generally positive. And then it started to move. Okay. Market is moving real nice at this point until right at closing bell. Let me see if I can get this to play. I recorded this on my phone. This happened.
Last few moments following a new social media post from the president. Eamon Javers has that for us. Eamon, what's happening?
Yeah, Scott, the market is moving because the president is talking about China on social media. Here's what he posted. He says, I believe that China purposely not buying our soybeans and causing difficulty for our soybean farmers is an economically hostile act. We are considering terminating business with China having to do with cooking oil and other elements of trade as retribution. As an example, we can easily produce cooking oil ourselves. We don't need to purchase it from China. Note that word considering there, Scott, because even though there's been a lot of intense rhetoric from President Trump and Treasury Secretary Bessent over the past 4 days, the thing to focus on is what hasn't happened, which is any action actually to raise tariffs or to retaliate concretely. You saw that word considering the retaliation there in the social media post. Now, I'm told that that's part of an intentional effort by the U.S. to manage through this situation. So even as tensions are rising, the U.S. action here has been proportional to the Chinese action. And because the Chinese have so far threatened to impose export controls on rare earths, but not yet actually done it, the U.S. retaliation remains in the realm of hypothetical for now, too. Now, that means there's still a way to dial back from this relatively quickly if the two sides can find an off-ramp.
So the question is, can they find an off-ramp? We have two very powerful, they're both headstrong, President Xi and President Trump. They're both alpha males, okay? No one can argue with that. They're both alpha males in the room. So the question is, will cooler heads prevail? That's what we need to know, okay? So now, I know I'm going to get comments in the comment section, and some of your comments are going to be political. I don't want to hear about your politics. I want to hear about what are you going to do as it pertains to your money. That's what I want to hear about today. Guys, we knew what was going on. We know what's going on, okay? You gotta be, anyway, we know what's going on, right? So here's what happened. Right at closing bell. Let me show you here. Everything was fine. And then right at closing bell, like clockwork, boom, here it comes. And then, bam, all the way down. Look at here. This is what happened. This is a 15-minute candle. This is the NASDAQ. Here's what happened. Bam, all the way down. Look at that. So here we go, good people. Here we go again. Now, so when you are dealing with a situation like this, it's time for you to strategize, not just complain. Some, I can hear it right now. Some's going to say China always doing this, and some is going to say Trump is always doing this. You're both right, okay? So what are you going to do financially? That's all I'm interested in. What are you going to do with your stock and or crypto, which still has not rebound? Now, I just pulled something up. I'm going to try to play it. Let's hear about what's going on here, and we'll go from there. All right.
The president got a stark reminder from the stock market on Friday that 155% tariffs result in a trade embargo. And just like he learned over the summer, that does not bring in revenue, that does not boost the US economy. Tariffs are taxes, and a 155% tariff rate, which is what would happen if he followed through with his True Social post on Friday, is the United States and China would effectively stop trading in a whole mess of goods, $550 billion worth of trade. And so that learning process had to play out again. And that's where we are right now. So Trump sort of predictably, and as the street expected, walked it back on last night. And now we are in sort of wait and see mode. It's my view that expectations had gotten too far over their skis for a Trump-Xi meeting in South Korea at the end of this month. And they had to reel that back in, which is what the president did on Friday, and then reeled that back in on Sunday.
I mean, Scott Besson is out today saying that meeting could still happen, but it sounds like you're skeptical.
Well, I think that meeting will happen. They'll both be there. So it makes sense that they would meet, and it could be seen as escalatory if they don't. But as I was trying to relay here, the expectations were that at that meeting, President Trump was going to get some big deal on U.S. soy purchases. He was trying to telegraph that to farmers. Hey, just wait and see. We don't need to act right now on a bailout package because we're going to be getting a deal with China to buy up all of our soy. And that is obviously most pressing to a number of Republican states going into the midterm election cycle as they face what they're calling Farmageddon. So there had been these inflated expectations of an agriculture deal that is not in the works. And I think Trump had to telegraph that there were other issues, and China gave them an opportunity by putting export restrictions on their rare earths. So a lot of table resetting happening over the last week.
And
So we could see what's going on here, all right? Hey, we got to take care of our farmers. If we don't take care of our farmers, none of us are eating, good people. It's just as simple as that. And I know the president was trying to take some of this tariff money and help the farmers, but the farmers have been suffering because of the tariffs and what China and America is doing to each other. Now, we know that China's been, they've been doing, China has been doing underhanded stuff since the beginning. You cannot, and something needed to be done. And if you don't believe that, if you got a problem with that, you just don't want to hear the truth. Someone needed to stand up to China. They steal our intellectual property. They do all kind of dastardly things, and it needed to stop. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say on it, good people. It is what it is. All right, but Larry, are you saying that this was the way to go after it? No, I'm just saying someone has to pay the price, and unfortunately, just like the tariffs, you and I are going to pay the price. So that's why we need to get our money. Look at crypto right now. Look at this. Look at this. 24 hours. Bitcoin back down. 112. Down 2.5%. Ethereum down. Look at the week. Look at that. Ethereum down 8% and 8.5%. And let's say Bitcoin down 7.5%. XRP down $2, back down to $2.49. Altcoins can't take a break. Can't catch a break. But this one is not about crypto. I just had to show you that. If this meeting does happen, then it's going to be a good sign, right? Whether they come to a deal or not. You have to wait. So what I'm saying to you guys is what I've been saying. Everything is one tweet away, good people. How do you manage your money in this? And someone said, I can't take stocks, Uncle Larry, on yesterday's video. I can't take stocks. You know, I just deal with crypto. You know what? That's, oh God, there's so many things that just flood my head with that statement. Do you know that you're in the most volatile thing there is crypto? And I have a bunch of it. I have hundreds of thousands of crypto. I love crypto, but I'm begging you guys to be diversified. The person that said that, be diversified, because you're going to find out if you want to build true wealth, you really do need to be in the stock market. Yeah, but Larry, look at all the stuff that's going on. There's ways to make money in it. I'm going to show you, all right? Let me show you right now. So I was looking and we were doing good. Metals are up. I listened to the things that they're saying. Rare earths, minerals, rare earth. We know that gold, silver, and all of that is going up. I'm not really covering that right now because it's just too late. It took off already. Okay. But there's a gold mine in stocks like this. Look at this. Trilio Metals. Trology. I said Trilio. That's a company. Look at that. Now, it was up 61% today, down 5% in the after hours. But look at this. CRLM. And my people that are on my money moves, they know we talked about this yesterday. It was up 28% today. But what kind of cooled off? My baby USAR. It cooled off today, but don't cry for me. Let's just look at how these have performed over the last 5 days, even with the dump. Look at that. Crucial Metals, CRM, is still up 146%. This one, the new one I just told you about, is up 50%. My rare earths is up 27%, right? And let's go USAR warrants again, all right? USAR warrants. I want to bring gifts, money-making gifts. And the warrants are up 43%. I've been talking about two of these over the last month here for free. I've been talking about them for a while now in Money Moves, all right? But I'm showing you guys, get out of your emotions and let's make money together. Now, here's another thing I want to teach you, right? I want you to leave, I want to impart in you so you can make money, right? So Friday, the market dumped. Remember, I was showing you guys how the NASDAQ dumped 3.58%. 5.56%, okay? 3.56%. So I'm going to do this math right here for you. Watch this. So now I calculated this out for you. All right. So on Friday, the market fell 3.56%. So that's negative 3.56. On Monday, yesterday, we had that rebound. The market, I'm talking about the NASDAQ rebound 2.21%. Why the NASDAQ, Larry? Because a lot of the stock that I'm in are tech heavy. Okay, it's tech, including quantum computing. Then I got rare earth materials in there and all of that. Okay, all right. So and then today at close we were down negative 0.76%. So these are all the NASDAQ. Friday, down 3.56. Monday, up 2.21. Today, down 0.76. Equals, we are still down. I'm still down from Friday, and so are you, in the NASDAQ, 2.11%. Larry, why are you showing us this? Because when you buy the right stock on the dip, you can make money. So I'm going to show you my portfolio, just the portfolio size. And I don't want you to get discouraged if you have small money. This is just to encourage you, okay? So please excuse that. Remember, despise not small beginnings. I started with $100, right? Years ago. So here's Friday. This was a balance in one of my portfolios on Friday. So you can see 1,024,348. But as you can see, I was down 31K. Now, on yesterday, I showed you guys why I was up. And even though the market was down, because I purchased on this day, today I'm up. Okay. Now I was up yesterday and I'm up today. Now this is P&L. This is not any money put in. You put money in a portfolio, it doesn't show up on your gains. Okay. So now, what is that a difference of? That's a difference for me, 47,891%. And remember, I'm still negative 2.11% from Friday. And so this is why it's important for you to buy the right dips. Now, I was listening to a program this morning. I'm not going to call his name because I've been to their network. And he was talking to the CEO of BlackRock. And he said, you shouldn't be swing trading. You should just invest. People shouldn't sell anything. They should just invest long term. And then he said to the CEO of BlackRock, they should just give their money to you. It was the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And they're telling you not to do this. And I get it. Everybody's not a trader. Everybody's not, skill levels are different. All right. There's people that's way more skilled than I am. And there's a lot of people that don't have my skills. I understand that. But you got me. I come here every day, and you got anybody else you're watching. And that's why it's important for us to learn, even in these type of situations where you got the Fed talking, you got China, you got our president, you got all of this stuff going on. We're going to make money still. We're going to make money every day. Come join us in Money Moves. I had to spread this one out. I didn't want to just give you the news. I wanted to leave you with some nuggets. Listen to what's going on. Rare earth. Do your research. Where's the buying opportunities, right? And then energy. Where's the buying opportunity, right? So just keep your eyes. Now, the farmers, okay? So I want you guys to, when I come, it is my heart of hearts to make you money, okay? And then in return, just go to 3 to 5 people you know and continue to subscribe to this page. I'm going to keep feeding you guys. And if you really want a leg up, come join us in Money Moves, okay? All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.